this all plays into this idea of epistemologies and paradigms. So I will say, how many of you have heard the word epistemology before this class? Good. 2, 3? Awesome. Let me just clarify. I had never heard this word before I took it was a qualitative methods class, but it was my first semester of my doctoral program. I had never heard the word. So it took me a really long time to learn how to say epistemologies. And I always confused it with a word that is very, very different in meaning. Any guesses on what that word was? Anybody in here a mother? Yes! And I said it all the time, and people are like, no, epistemology, episiotomy.
I'm a mother, but I don't know what that
means. When you, yeah. So I would be like, what is it? It's episiotomy. No, epistemology. Yeah. So I used to confuse that all the time. Exactly. So don't be me, is what I'm saying. Don't be me. And several of you said you've heard that. So what is it? What is epistemology? What is an epistemology? It's
how knowledge is known.
Thank you. Also known as your
Worldview.
Absolutely. So it's the way you see things, right? Is your epistemology. And so this picture right here, what do you see?
Two faces.
You see two faces?
I see faces and I see a face.
And you see the face. Right. So whoever, one person's worldview may be, this is absolutely a picture of two silhouettes, two faces, right? Another person's worldview is, this is absolutely a picture of a face, right? Neither is wrong, but we see it differently. That's our epistemology. What do you not see, Zandria?
Forcing myself to grab that face.
Yeah, it's tricky because I see the faces too. Initially,
Right.
but if you just
So does the face have a face? Oh,
yeah, their chins, under their chins is the base. The base of the base is under their chins. You see it?
That's cute.
And then it's more like a yeah. What do you call it? Somebody said it. Chalice, yeah, chalice, or a goblet,
A goblet.
A candle holder?
a candlestick. Okay, I can get with it
It is.
as long as you see the white forms a shape of an object that's recognizable of some sort, right? So epistemology, how you view the world, how you see things. Paradigm, very closely related in that it is your way of thinking, how things that you, or like your framework. That's a good word, but it's like your collection of assumptions that you have, and so you impress that as part of your worldview, right? Your paradigm is your way of thinking. And this is one of my favorite pictures to illustrate that, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 different characters in that picture, right? And what are they all surrounding? What is that object? An elephant, right? And so you've got one person here saying it's a sphere. Well, he's saying that because, yeah, he's touching just the tusk. Is that what it's called? I don't know why I'm blanking. Yeah, he's touching just the tusk of that elephant. So his paradigm is, okay, this is long, pointy. Okay, it's a sphere. I can get somebody with that, right? Up here, he says it's a fan, because all he feels is those floppy ears, right? Over here, he's like, it's a wall, because it's like everywhere I touch, it's just flat surface, right? Guy down here on the tail thinks it's a rope. I'm gonna call her a lady. The lady here on the elephant's leg thinks it's a tree, because it's just this tall, gigantic thing. And then a guy down here with the lovely trunk thinks it's a snake, right? And so they are basing their judgment of what this is on the set of assumptions that they hold about things, right? So fans are big and floppy and go like this. So this must be a fan, right? Trees are tall and thick. So this, what we see as a leg, must be a tree, right? So their paradigm and their judgment of what's going on is based on the assumptions that they hold about different things, okay? So epistemology is our worldview, how we see things, and the paradigm is how we, base our judgment on these assumptions that we hold as individuals, okay? All of this is to say, obviously, epistemology and paradigm are very closely related and a lot of times used interchangeably, but all of this is to say that we can look at the same problem and approach it completely differently based on our epistemology or our paradigm, right? On the way we think, on the assumptions that we hold, on our past experiences even, which would shape our epistemology or our paradigm, okay? And so that comes out when you're conducting research.